inspire, empower. Grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, 'cause real women don't bitch. No, real women don't. 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 Real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. What it do, ladies? Let's talk about contracts because we love having them, right? We love when someone comes to us, utilizes our services, and they renew. Well, I was talking to one of my clients and she was booming in her business. She's like, this has been, the best last few months for me. She's like, but man, I just keep having all of these calls with these people and I can see they obviously still need me, but they're not renewing their contracts. They keep on telling, we're okay, we're good. And I saw this a couple of times already before. And I said, we need to talk about this because this is a pattern that's popping up with you. And she was like, well, no, this is what's going on. I said, no. I said, there's obviously one thing that you're not doing. And we talk about creating gaps, right? Like when you're having a sales call, we talk about how you need to show a person, this is where you are and this is where you want to be. But in between here's this gap and I'm here to fill it. You got to do that. Even when it gets down to the end of contracts, you've got to show people where they're doing amazing. But after that, they need to get to the next degree of amazing. How are you all about doing that? Because that's what makes the difference between having somebody working with you for 30 or 90 days versus having someone working with you for 2 years. And to be honest with you, as you guys are constantly building out your business, there are some things that are going to be like old faithful. They're working, you got them in there, but you should also be constantly expanding so that you can be upselling, cross-selling. You're giving them so many other options that people feel like, whoa, I need to keep on keeping on this relationship so that I can get all of the information that I need. On one podcast episode, you guys heard me talking about how a lot of people work with me for up to about 18 months. I mean, when you hear this same podcast episode next year, not the same, but when you hear me talking about another podcast episode around the same time frame next year, you may hear that those numbers have expanded and that the average person stays with me for 2.5, 3 years because I'm constantly adding up under my arsenal and I'm going to be able to take a client from here to there, but they've got to keep renewing in order to get access to that next level of information. Not because I'm stalling. You guys know me. I'm a sharp shooter. I get out there and give it to them, but you can only do so much at a time. So how are you handling that? And if it's not about you creating a gap, some of you have products or services that you're selling to people and you need them to become routine purchasers. So you're going to have to make sure you're fueling that desire
fueling that desire so that you're constantly at the top of mind for them to keep saying, I'm going to keep getting this. I'm going to keep purchasing this because I can't go without it. This was really a short podcast episode. It's really something more so for you to think about. How good are you at saying, oh, okay, I'm glad that I helped you with all of these things, but do you understand that your quality of life, the total metamorphosis of your situation, you experiencing the change that you want to see in order to become your best person, live your best life, have your best experience, is going to require you to also now deal with this issue. When you came to me, you came with these issues 1 through 5. I'm so glad we knocked 1 and 4 out the park, but 2, 3, and 5 still need to be handled, because without those things being handled, you run the risk of falling backwards and going back into your old traps and unfortunately needing my help again. Why not stick with me and keep going and working on it while you're at a grandfathered rate? Because once you come back, there's not a guarantee that this is what I'll still be charging. I kind of already gave you some game on the conversation, but you're going to have to make sure that you're creating a gap. Yes, you want your clients to feel great about the progress that they've made, but along with celebrating their progress, you need to keep them in anticipation of even greater progress that is ahead. This is the deal maker or the deal breaker for your pockets, people. That's what it pretty much boils down to. Your inability to show people the gap between the ultimate where they are to where they want to be, as opposed to them conquering a few milestones, is going to be the determiner of what your income is going to look like and whether or not you're able to get clients to renew their contracts. If having this conversation is difficult for you, if really understanding how to do it, you can visualize it, you get the gist of what I'm saying, but you don't know how to execute, if that's your issue, then no problem. Let's have a conversation about it. Hop on my calendar. Let's talk about how you do this, and now I can serve you to get you there. I'm here to help you out. It only takes 2 seconds to push a button. Go ahead and click the link and get access to my calendar so we can talk about what's going on with your business, so we can take over 2019 together. You guys have a great day. Bye.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you.